Dear travelers, join us as we explore some of the most beautifully scary churches from around the world that will creep you out. These houses of worship, steeped in history and legend, offer more than just a glimpse into the past. They whisper tales of intrigue, echoing with the footsteps of those who've long since passed. We're diving into the heart of these architectural marvels, exploring the unique designs and unsettling stories that make these churches truly stand out. Forget the sparkling tourist-trapped cathedral uptown. St. Patrick's Old Cathedral, tucked away in Nolita, has seen it all. Consecrated in 1815, this basilica has borne witness to New York's transformation from a fledgling city to a global powerhouse. It's a survivor, this one, enduring anti-Catholic riots and the city's relentless march of progress. They say the souls buried beneath its foundations, including the infamous Tammany Hall politician Boss Tweed, haven't quite left. We're talking whispers in the catacombs, shadows moving in the pews, the kind of stories that make your skin crawl. Trading the gritty streets of New York for the high desert of New Mexico, we find ourselves at the Cathedral Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi. Completed in 1886, this architectural gem, with its Romanesque revival style, stands in stark contrast to the adobe buildings surrounding it. It's a beacon of faith in a harsh landscape, a testament to the enduring spirit of the people who settled here. But like any place with history etched into its walls, the basilica has its share of secrets. Local legends speak of Franciscan monks who still walk the grounds, their presence felt in the cool air and the scent of incense that lingers long after Mass has ended. Prague. City of 100 spires, they call it. And this one, this Gothic masterpiece, this one's got stories. See those towers? Asymmetrical, right? Almost like an afterthought. Church of Mother of God before tin. Some say it's a monument to the divine. Others, a monument to the madness of men. Inside, shadows cling to the walls like ghosts of the past, whispering tales of intrigue, plague, and revolution. You can practically smell the incense and fear, the weight of history heavy on your chest. This ain't your grandma's church, kids. Forget your cathedrals and basilicas. This right here, this is the real deal. The Borgund Stave Church. This is a Viking church, dark and mysterious, rising out of the Norwegian wilderness like something out of a fever dream. Built without a single nail, held together by ancient magic and the sheer will of the Norsemen. They say the wood still whispers with the echoes of their rituals, the air thick with the scent of pine and pagan gods. It's a place where the line between this world and the next feels paper thin. Now this place, this grand old dame, has seen some shit. Norwich Cathedral, 1,000 years of history echoing through these hallowed halls. Kings and queens have knelt here, prayed here, died here. You can practically hear the monks chanting, feel the weight of their devotion in the very stones. But beneath the beauty, there's a darkness. They say the cloisters are haunted by a monk, driven mad by his faith. Spend a night here alone and you might just hear his whispers. Paul's, yeah, it's a looker. Like a weathered sailor who's seen some stuff, this place has stories. St. Paul's Episcopal Church. Sun-bleached walls, shadows stretching long in the late afternoon light. You can almost hear the whispers of old Key West. The clinking glasses from long-gone saloons. Maybe a pirate or two, who knows. They say some souls never leave this island, drawn back by something in the humid air, the salt spray. Maybe St. Paul's is their anchor, a place to finally rest. High in the Austrian Alps, overlooking a lake straight out of a Grimm's fairy tale, sits St. Michael's Chapel. Don't let the picture postcard setting fool you, this place has teeth. See, Hallstatt ran out of burying ground, so they stacked the skulls in the charnel house next door, decorated with names and dates. Talk about facing your mortality. Imagine the stories those bones could tell, the echoes of lives lived and lost in this stark, beautiful landscape. Out here on the Canadian prairie, the wind howls a lonely tune. St. Andrew's on the Red, with its wooden bones, has stood sentinel against that wind for over a century. Scottish settlers, fur traders, the ghosts of the Métis Rebellion, They all pass through these doors. It's a place where the past feels close, almost touchable. You can practically hear the creak of wagon wheels, the murmur of voices long silenced by time, and the vastness of the plains. They say a city never forgets, and here in the bowels of St. Michan's church, Dublin's past is on full display. Not just buried, mind you, but preserved. The air is thick, heavy, and that's before you factor in the scent of decay clinging to these centuries-old crypts. This isn't your grandma's church basement. This is a handshake with history, a morbid meet and greet with the mummified remains of Dublin's past. Earls, revolutionaries, even a giant, all laid out, leathery and desiccated, a stark reminder that we all end up the same way: worm food. The Duomo of Cosenza. Even the name sounds like something out of a Gothic novel. This is one of those places where the weight of history hits you like a brick made of incense and marble. Every fresco, every archway, every bit of worn stone seems to whisper tales of devotion, and maybe something a little darker. You know, the kind of place where you light a candle more out of superstition than faith. Let's just say when the shadows grow long in the Duomo, you don't want to be caught alone, staring into the eyes of a long-dead saint. Forget the trendy bars and fusion tacos for a minute. Let's talk about a different side of Guadalajara. The Cathedral of the Assumption of Our Lady, a grand dame pushing 400 years old. This ain't your quiet little chapel. It's a sprawling monument to faith, power, and yeah, maybe a little fear. See, locals will tell you about the Twin Towers, how they've survived earthquakes that flattened everything else. Some whisper it's proof of divine intervention, others, let's just say they've seen things, heard whispers in the dead of night. I'm just here to tell you, those shadows hold stories. Trading the urban grit for something a little more spectral. We're in New South Wales at St. Thomas Anglican Parish of Mulgoa. Built by convicts back in the 1800s, this place has seen some things. You can practically feel the history etched into the stone, hear the echoes of chains rattling in the wind. Locals will tell you about the spirits that linger here, souls unable to move on from their harsh lives and even harsher deaths. Look, I'm not saying I believe in ghosts, but there's a certain chill in the air here, a weight that's hard to ignore. From the cobblestone streets of Prague to the windswept plains of Australia, we've explored some of the most hauntingly beautiful churches on the planet. Places where faith and fear collide, where history whispers in the shadows. So tell me, what did you think? Did you feel a shiver down your spine? Have you ever been to a place that sent chills down your spine? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you're hungry for more adventures into the dark heart of travel, hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more stories to tell. This is Global Travel Venture. Until next time, safe travels.